Fire ripped through their building, but their spirit can't be dimmed. The services that Gigi's Playhouse offers were recently put on pause after fire tore through their building, but already they are looking to rebuild. And we are lucky today to have the president of Gigi's Playhouse, Fargo, Kelly Hamry, with us today. You know, still devastating, still trying to process this. But before we get into the most recent, you know, what you're doing in the rebuild campaign, if people aren't familiar with Gigi's, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for having us, by the way. Gigi's Playhouse is North Dakota's only Down Syndrome Achievement Center. So we serve the entire state of North Dakota, and we also serve northern Minnesota, Red River Valley, and down into South Dakota. We serve over 180 families within just the Red River Valley region alone, and we provide free educational and therapeutic programs to individuals with Down syndrome and their families. So everything and every support we provide at the Playhouse is absolutely no charge to our families.
That's really incredible.
It is.
And Valley News Live, we've partnered with you, we've worked with you on a lot of different events, and so we know how many really super great things you do, but let's talk a little bit too, like all of this, you know, was built on donations in the first place, and it was not easy to do.
No, anybody that has been involved in any sort of nonprofit at all knows that every donor dollar is hard-earned and it's extremely valuable to that nonprofit. Gigi's Playhouse Fargo is 100% funded by donor donations in our region, and because of that, that just makes this all sting a little bit more, and we strive very hard to make sure that every decision and every dollar that's spent goes to our families and to our programming to make sure that direct impact can be felt.
Nobody was hurt in the fire.
Nobody was hurt.
Which is just number one.
Exactly.
But the fire that happened last week really devastated the building and so many things inside. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, that day?
I sure can. You know, I think, you know, the first time you get that phone call, you always kind of go, ha ha, funny, funny, right? But unfortunately, it wasn't. I was there within 5 minutes of receiving the phone call, and there the entire afternoon and watched it all progress, and it progressed very rapidly. All of the businesses are extremely lucky that no one was hurt. We're thankful our staff was there, was not hurt. However, we lost absolutely everything in that Playhouse. And I think we're a hidden gem in the community. And a lot of times when people come in to tour for the first time, we get, you have all of this here? And it's a great feeling as a nonprofit to be like, we do, you know, this is what we offer, this is what we have for our families. But at the same time, that's what we lost. You know, we lost a full service therapeutic gym that had a rock climbing wall that was equipped for any sort of physical therapy programming that our individuals need. We lost a stage with a movie theater like sound system, all sorts of educational resources for all ages of individuals with Down syndrome that are specifically geared for how individuals with Down syndrome learn. Everything that is in that Playhouse is an educational resource meant to support learning and meant to support independence for our individuals.
You're going to rebuild.
We are. We don't sit.
No, talk a little bit about the campaign, the push, the need for support from everyone.
Right. So our campaign is Rise Together, and we feel that that is the most appropriate name, especially with our community. You know, as we were on site last Wednesday watching everything progress with the fire, our phones were ringing off the hook, and our community is unreal. They really are. They understand, you know, what it's going to take to get us up and running. Insurance covers so much, and then we need to be able to dig a little bit deeper and really be able to provide for our families because they're struggling too. You know, they lost their place. You know, Gigi's is more than just, you know, four walls. It's a place where people can go and we're accepted. We get each other. It's also a place where a lot of milestones have been reached for our families. It's a second home. So it's much more than just four walls.
Well, we will make sure we have all of the information up on our North Dakota Today Facebook page so people can help rebuild the Playhouse. And I told you, we're going to follow up with you and support you all along the way, because I know you will get there.
We will.
Rise up together. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us. Coming up next, we are checking in with Western State Bank after their recent move.